so very much for tuning in. Um, we've got a doozy of a session that we're doing here today. And you're going to have to excuse me because I'm still trying to get my bearings after waking up from a nap and having a really intense and somewhat prophetic dream, I guess. It's what I'm hearing now as I'm speaking through it. So we're going to get started in just a few minutes. I want to give people some time to get the notification and get in here so that we can discuss. Whew, y'all. You guys, please bear with me because I'm a bit shaken up. And it wasn't even that bad of a dream. I'm going to be real. It really wasn't that bad of a dream, but it was a traumatic experience, what was going on in the dream. Hi guys. It was a traumatic experience. And I'm going to get into it. I'm really going to get into it in depth when there's more people here so we can talk about it. And then we're going to talk about what our discussion is before we get into the actual reading section of the today's session. But oh, you know what? I should put my phone on vibrate. Hold on a second. Okay. So, welcome to Happy Hour, kids. Hey, Seven. Oh, Seven, by the way, I saw your question this morning about the Oracle deck that I used for morning coffee today. It's the Gaia Oracle. Oh my God, Pele, thank you so much. Oh, thank you so much for that donation. Seven, hey Bobby, this is the deck that I used this morning for morning coffee. It's the Gaia Oracle. Yeah? There you go. Sorry I didn't respond to your message earlier, but I've been in preparation mode all day, and I'm so super excited to have this session with you guys, and talk about this. But I'm still before I get into any details, I do want to wait and allow people to get in on the session. Hello, Varush. Hello, Deep Soul. Hi, guys. Happy Wednesday. Happy Hump Day. Yes. Cheers go out to Stella for getting me this awesome Hump Day t-shirt. Oh, you screenshotted it. All right, perfect. But you guys, man, there are some really intense energies going on right now. And yes, it has everything to do with the eclipse. Yes, it has everything to do with Saturn being in retrograde, Uranus being in retrograde. I mean, and if you haven't watched Morning Coffee, then like you didn't hear, but like I had a really intense experience this weekend surrounding all of these energies. Hi, Rosalie. Hi, Claudia. I had a really intense weekend. But we're going to get into this. I want to let them sage burn for a little bit. If anyone would like to get on the list for happy hour, the link or the information is in the description box below. You can go ahead and get yourself on the list. The floor is completely open at the moment. But quite honestly, my focus right now is this full moon discussion that we're going to have and the energies surrounding it. Hello, Lucia. Hello, R. Hello, Tiny Hands Tarot. Dawn, it's so good to see you all. It was, my weekend, the energies over the weekend have been really intense. It was an extreme wake-up call, very much in Saturnian style. But I want to say that it's everything that I needed to like get my act together, I guess you could say. So yeah. So welcome to Happy Hour, guys. I hope you're doing well. How is everybody feeling today? How was your weekend? How are you doing with this this full moon, this lunar eclipse that's happening? Andrea, what is up? What is up? What is up? I swear, y'all, I'm really trying to pull myself together here. Really? Hello, Michelle. What are we saying here? Bobby, you're saying that you've been abnormally manic. That makes perfect sense. I personally was not manic, thankfully, considering, the experience that I had. But it was definitely a situation in which I really had to work on keeping my ground as much as I possibly could. That's great, Pele. I love that. Oh my God, R, that is so cool. You were born on a full moon. I love that. Yeah, look. Okay, so let's start by saying that these energies right now are extremely grounding, and it is meant to bring you into greater alignment with yourself. I have all these pages. I have 1, 2, 3 pages of notes in terms of what I was picking up on while I was looking at the chart for this. So I guess we can get started a little bit. You were born on a Cancer full moon, Zephyr. I love that. Oh, Andrea, that's excellent. Andrea is saying that, she went to go say hi to the full moon, and that she jumped into the sea for the first time this year, and her Cancerian side is very, very happy. Hey, so you know what? So for those of you that did see Morning Coffee today, I mentioned that I was able to, I finally purchased took the leap, took the dive, and purchased the astrology software that I've been eyeing for months. And I did that. I took that leap yesterday, and I got the actual the license key for it today, which was perfect. It was while I was working on uploading Morning Coffee that the email came in with the thingy. So it was so perfect. So I spent today focusing on the full moon energy and looking at the planets, the placements of the planets and everything, and how things are moving. And this is it's a really exciting time, I will say. It's a very exciting time, but it's extremely challenging. And as I was reading through and looking through the planets and everything in the astrology app, I came to the name of this full moon. I did name it the Eclipse of Self. And so we're going to get into that in a second. But hold on a second, guys. I need to go get a fan because it's fucking hot. Hold on a second. Okay. Hopefully that's not making too much noise. Yeah, the Eclipse of Self. I hope that's not making too much noise, right? You guys can still hear me well enough? You're not like fighting to hear my voice over the sound of this fan? Because let me tell you, man. Ooh. Okay, excellent. All right, guys. Let's give it another minute to let more people get in if they're looking to do so. Excellent. Shirley, yes. Hey, Shirley. Yeah, I love the shirt too. Thank you so much to Stella for getting me this beautiful Hump Day shirt. Yes. Welcome to Happy Hour. It is Hump Day, y'all. We are doing the damn thing around here. We doing it, and we doing it well, y'all. Yes. All right. So continue. Let me know. How are you guys feeling? What's going on for you? How has this experience been for you? Because I know it's been an incredibly intense one for me. Incredibly intense. But I'm happy to be here to discuss it with you all, yeah? And Derica, you love it when I do the Hump Day show? Yes! Hump Day! It's been tough, okay? Regina, you're saying it's been a very, very emotional and intense. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, excellent. I'm going to be honest with you, Dawn. I would love to get into that. Hey, Shamar. Like a mirror. Yeah, that makes perfect sense, Michelle. This has definitely been an intense moment of really facing yourself. And when we get into the actual discussion of like the planets and everything, I think you're very confident you're going to be able to see why I have chosen or why I've come up with the name of the eclipse of the self here in this situation. Oh my God, Andrea, that's great. Just a roller coaster, Zephyr. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. That makes a whole lot of sense. The last 3 weeks were strong and hard, but then you were reminded of the eclipse, and now it's been beautiful and more spiritually opening, an intense mirror and universe wanting answers. Did you learn anything? Yes. And that is 1111. That is exactly what Saturn represents. A lot of this full moon energy. I mean, as I was looking through the chart and really paying attention and focusing on what this could mean, it became more and more clear to me that the energetic placements of how things are shifting and moving right now are so perfect. And it's like they're literally working in tandem with each other to facilitate a really massive change. Okay, it's such a beautiful thing. Hey, Asia. Yes, Asia, that's exactly right. Karmic cycles that people thought were over reappeared, feeling like present moment to be cleared, feeling like it's the present moment for these things to be cleared. That is exactly correct. And that, in my opinion, falls right in line with Saturn going retrograde. Once I realized that it was the pre-shadow phase of the Mercury retrograde, I sat back and just thought about everything more and been more careful with my words and actions. Excellent, Zephyr. Aw, a cat came into your life, Andrea. That's fantastic. Yes. Yes. All right. Yes, this is perfect. Okay, guys. So we are in alignment. Excellent. So let's get started here. All right. The first thing that I want to do is I want to talk about this dream I just had. So, and then we're going to get into all of the 3 pages of notes. Granted, I write pretty big, like my handwriting is a little big, but this is literally 3 pages of notes of a narrative that was coming through as I was reading through the chart. Hey, Sharon! Okay, so let's get started. So where do I want to start? I want to start with a dream that I just woke out of. I was feeling really tired all day. After I ate breakfast, I was just feeling like kind of tired, like I wanted to take a nap. So I did the work that I needed to do, and then I had a few hours before getting here and starting this session with us. So I decided to take a nap, and eventually I fell asleep, but I fell into, and I didn't really like fall into a restful sleep. I fell, I guess, into a meditative state or something, but I fell into the dream space. And I had a dream of a young woman. Now, the perspective that I had of the young woman it was me, okay? But I'm not going to take it as it was fully just me because of what I experienced in the dream. It falls right in line with what seems to be happening here, and we'll get into that detail as we move forward. But so I was in her perspective, but again, it feels like it was a much larger message. And she was a young woman, maybe late teens, maybe early 20s. I don't know. She felt youthful, okay? And she was in a situation where she was being held in some sort of institutionalized energy, very much a Hierophant energy, or very much a Saturnian energy, yes? But it was driving her insane. And in this moment of the dream, she was being held in what could be considered detention, okay? And the problem that she was having was that she was getting so riled up and so upset that she was exploding, having these fits of rage and blah, blah, blah. And it's that type of energy or that type of desperation or that type of extreme energy that you get into when you are being held somewhere that no longer resonates with you, or maybe never ever resonated with you. Yes, it was very similar, very indicative of like when I was a child, there was so much going on in my life and there was so much unsettled energy and there was so much pain and anger building up in me that it built into rage. And it got to the point where whenever that anger or that rage could be expressed, I would just completely explode, and it would be somewhat violent and very scary. Okay, it's that type of energy that she was in, and she was being held in detention. She was very much like an adolescent that was acting out, okay, because she had nowhere to go, she had no outlets, and she felt like she wasn't being heard, appreciated, listened to, seen, that kind of thing. She was very much an individual, and she was being held in sort of detention, right? And there was a woman there was a teacher there, or at least someone that was overseeing the situation, who, I'm gonna be honest with you, she looked a lot like Octavia Spencer. Do with that what you will. But this young girl who was the focus of this dream, she was exploding. And it got to the point where the teacher, where, like, you know how like adults will completely ignore a child when they're having a temper tantrum, which in some cases works, but in other cases only helps to make them act out even more. Well, there was one point where this young woman, I do not remember hearing her name or anything like that. And that's another part that leads me to believe that this is not necessarily about one specific person. It's more about the energy. And at one point, she kind of surrendered. She was still very upset, but she kind of surrendered, and she says, "Okay, fine. So what do I need to do?" And she did it. She said it in a very loud and upset way. She was still kind of screaming and whatnot. And the woman completely ignored her. This attendant or whomever was watching over her, making sure that she stayed in this space, completely ignored her. And at that point, that's when she really was kind of like, I have to get the fuck out of here, right? So I was looking around, and I noticed that there was a door. There was a sliding door that was kind of open. It was slightly ajar. And so I'm gonna say it as if it's from my perspective, because I was in her perspective. But I believe this is a much larger picture for a lot of people. And there are some of you, Seven, you just said that you had a similar dream. So, okay, and others of you are feeling like this too. Okay, great. So it's a collective message. Okay, so I ran over to the sliding door, and I started to like pry it open. And as I was prying it open, I was screaming, "Help me, help me." And the woman that was watching me got up and like came over and was like, "Oh shit." I think she even said Eric. So maybe this was me. But I broke out. I got out. I jumped off this balcony, and I landed in a courtyard or whatnot, and there was a pool, and in that pool was a ton of people swimming, right? But from my perspective, I could see that pool, the water of that pool was filthy, absolutely disgusting, and I had to run past this place to get out of the enclave or the collective or the establishment that I was in. It sounds like a dating pool. That's funny. But as I ran by, I remember saying to those people, "You are swimming in disgustingness. That is literally a cesspool." And they all just laughed at me as I was running by, right? Okay, fine. So I ran off the property. I ran off the compound. I got to the street. I'm running. I'm screaming, "Help me, help me, help me." There was even one point where I remember kind of coming back to my body and hearing myself try to say, "Help me." And it was one of those situations where I couldn't move too well. I couldn't see too well. Although in past circumstances or in past experiences when I've had dreams like this, I couldn't see at all. This time, I was kind of like the fog was clearing from my eyes. I was rubbing my eyes, and I could still kind of see a little bit. I could kind of move, but it was still a little difficult. But I was running, and I was screaming, "Help me." And eventually I saw a gas station, and there was a bus there, and I was like, "Oh my God, a bus station. I can get on that bus. Let me get on the bus." And so I was running towards the bus, but then I decided not to get on the bus, which is interesting because I've had dreams in the past where I was on a bus or off a bus, this type of thing. This time, I chose specifically to not get on the bus. And it was at that moment that I saw cop cars rolling, flying by with the sirens and everything like that, right? So I'm like, "Oh my God, I have to hide." And so I ran a little bit more, and there was like a forest or whatnot in front of me. And so I jumped into the woods, and I'm running, and I stumble upon this hideout that an older man had developed for himself. Now, from what I could tell, the age that the person that I was playing as in this situation, she was in like her late teens, maybe early to mid 20s, somewhere around there. But then when I jumped into the woods and I came across this man standing in the woods in his hideout, he was, I want to say, more mature, more, it felt like in his 30s or something. But I didn't actually see who he was. But when I stumbled upon him, he kind of made this weird sound like, uh-oh, oh, we've got another, something like that. And that's when I woke up. And so that to me was an example of us breaking out of the matrix, us breaking free from the establishment, from the brainwashing and all that stuff. And that also, to me, coincides with Saturn being in retrograde, and also all of the stuff that I've come to understand here in terms of the astrology for this full moon. Now, like I said earlier, I took the leap of faith and I purchased the astrology software that I've been I've been eyeing for months now, and I got to work with it for the first time today. It is the software that was developed by Athen of Mastering the Zodiac. And so in this software, you are able to work with true sidereal astrology. And that is what I practice as a budding astrologer. Yes. So the point of view that we're going to be looking at this full moon from is that of the full moon in true sidereal astrology. And so with that, this full moon and the lunar eclipse is in Scorpio. Okay. And yes, Prometheus, Michelle, yes, that's exactly right. Shout out to you, Michelle, because you put me onto that. So thanks, boo. All right. So check it out. This full moon eclipse is in Scorpio. Now, what is a full moon, a lunar eclipse? A lunar eclipse is when the sun, the earth, and the moon are in somewhat of a perfect alignment. They're in line with each other. And as the moon goes around its orbit around the earth, it passes through a space on the earth, or a space in the orbit where the earth blocks out the light of the sun, and that's why the moon looks red at that point. Okay, but in terms of this situation here, my first thought was, well, the full moon is in Scorpio, and that's all about being in Scorpio. It's all about uncovering secrets or uncovering what was hidden. Scorpio is the ruler of the eighth house. The eighth house is the occult. It's all that is taboo. The eighth house also apparently has to do with other people's money, but it's the taboo. It's the occult. It's that which is hidden. It's the secrets. It's kind of like that scary, weird, dark energy, right? But the full moon is in Scorpio, and now there's an eclipse happening where with the sun, the earth, and the moon, right? And when an eclipse happens, the sun is in the direct opposite sign of Scorpio. So that means the moon is in Scorpio, the sun is in Taurus, okay? Let's talk about this for now, where the rest of the planets are, and then I'll break it down moving forward. We have the moon in Scorpio, we have the sun in Taurus. We have Mars in Gemini. We have Venus also in Taurus. We have Mercury also in Taurus. And actually, I meant to look into that and I forgot, but that's okay. Now, we also have Saturn and, I'm sorry, not Uranus. Uranus is direct. Saturn and Pluto are in retrograde. Saturn is retrograde through Capricorn right now. Pluto is retrograde through Sagittarius. Then we have Uranus in Aries and Jupiter in Aquarius. Okay. So what have I written here? Here's my theory, here's my understanding, here are my notes in terms of the situation. With the full moon in Scorpio, we have a strong chance of uncovering deep, dark secrets or just hidden elements. And by hidden elements, we mean things that you may have missed or that have slipped by you, or things that you simply could not see. And that's exactly what I was talking about in Morning Coffee today. This full moon in Scorpio is giving us a strong perspective on some seriously shadow-like aspects of ourselves. It's uncovering these secrets, it's uncovering these things, right? What makes this an opportune time is the eclipse with the sun. Okay? Technically, when there is a lunar eclipse, the earth is blocking the light of the sun, reaching the moon. In this situation, it feels as if the sun is overpowering the moon and aiding in transformation or a transformational experience through whatever is being illuminated for you. So, whatever this full moon is uncovering for you in your life personally, in conjunction with this eclipse of the sun, that to me is providing that much more illumination and awareness of what it is that needs to change, or what it is that has been holding you back kind of in your life, okay? Now there's also an added bonus of the sun being in Taurus. The moon being in Scorpio asks the question, what needs to be revealed? The sun being in Taurus asks, what do we do about this? How can we apply practicality to this situation, or maybe even just practicality to the change that is being illuminated or that is necessary for you, or at least that is being triggered by this moon cycle, okay? There is also a level of unconditional love, compassion, and acceptance with the sun in Taurus. While the moon can be harsh, unforgiving, and painfully direct while in Scorpio in terms of what, why, and how something is revealed to you, the sun brings an almost cooling effect being in Taurus, because Taurus's ruling planet is Venus. And oh, by the way, Venus happens to be in Taurus as well. Okay? This eclipse and full moon is all about the self, an authentic self-expression. You may have found yourself, or may currently find yourself, at a crossroads. What do I need to do next? Or where do I go from here? Somehow, I feel very strongly that you either will know or already do have that answer. The question is, will you follow through with it? I also feel that the chances that you will be taking action in a new direction are very strong. Why? Because Saturn is currently retrograde through Capricorn, which is literally stopping certain 3D processes in its tracks for further evaluation. Anything you have blindly been moving forward with as if on autopilot, or anything you have felt attached to, will have its grip loosened by Saturn going retrograde. It's almost as if Big Papa Saturn is saying, are you sure you want to continue down this path? Okay, I'm going to stop there for a second because there are some points that I also want to point out to you. Now, first of all, I hope this is making sense. I hope you guys are resonating with this. But I want to point out some things that I noticed and some aspects of the situation that helped me define this as an eclipse of the self. And I do have the chart right in front of me here, okay? So, as I said, we're looking at the sun being in Taurus, the moon being in Scorpio. Mars is in Gemini, okay? Now, when I noticed that, it became very apparent to me that with Mars being in Gemini, you may find yourself at a crossroads. Why? Because Mars is the planet of action. Mars is also the ruler of Aries, okay? Now, Mars is also the warrior, but when it comes to our personal lives, where Mars is for you, that tends to tell you or give you some sort of insight into how it is you move, how it is you take action. It also can give you an insight into your sense of aggression, or your form of aggression, or maybe even your lack thereof in terms of aggression, or just drive, right? Now, with Mars being in Gemini, Gemini being the twins, one of the first thing I thought of was a fork in the road. And this is where I feel like you are asking yourself, it's almost as if you're facing your old self versus your new self. And the new self is the path. You can either go down the path of your old self, staying in the conditioning is what I just heard, or you can choose to take this new path in terms of how you are changing and growing and evolving, and in terms of what is being revealed to you with this full moon being in Scorpio. Okay, that was the first aspect of it. The second aspect of this, and why I'm calling this the eclipse of the self, is because we have Mars in Gemini, and the ruler of Mars, and I'm sorry, Mars rules Aries, right? Well, what's in Aries right now? Good old Uranus. And who is Uranus? Uranus is a planet of expansion. I believe Uranus is the ruler of Aquarius. But Uranus is also, just like Mars, all about the self. Uranus is it's considered the black sheep of the zodiac. And that's because Uranus is very unique. And this is why I believe Uranus is associated with Aquarius. Because the way Uranus moves in our sky, it's like 8 degrees away from being horizontal, like straight up horizontal. Whereas the rest of the planets have like a vertical axis to them. Uranus's axis is 8 degrees away from being horizontal. So right there already, he's a fucking weirdo, right? Okay, but Uranus works to help you expand on yourself and be who you more, it influences you to be more truly yourself. And Uranus is in this transit, or in this time period, Uranus is in Aries. And what I got from that was Uranus, the black sheep of the zodiac, is asking you to be more of who you truly are while Uranus is in Aries. Why? Because Aries is the first sign of the zodiac. Aries is the individual, the number one. Aries is the go-getter, is a cardinal energy, is the instigator, is the one that wants to try new things, is the excited one, is the one that is always starting new projects but gets distracted so easily and just moves on to the next one, right? Aries is all about the self. And with Uranus being an expansive planet, Uranus being in Aries right now, this is an excellent time for you to work on being much more of your authentic self. Continuing forward, coupled with the power of the full moon, the uncovering of secrets in Scorpio, and the Saturn retrograde through Capricorn, which we'll get into in a second, the energy of Capricorn feels like the hive mind, or that autopilot energy that I mentioned before. Now, let's talk about this aspect for a second. What I was mentioning is that it's like Big Papa Saturn is asking you, are you sure you want to continue down this path? Now, we all know that Capricorn is the hard ass of the zodiac, right? Is that planet that teaches you the really tough lessons, yeah? Saturn is that disciplinarian, okay? And like I mentioned in Morning Coffee this morning, I have always loathed the energy of Saturn, because I grew up, I developed authoritarian and authority issues as I was growing up as a kid. I'm working on healing those now, and to be quite honest, I have a much better relationship with Saturn now than I've ever had in the past. But with Saturn going retrograde, what is a retrograde? A retrograde is a time for you to go back and start to kind of reanalyze things, start to understand things from a deeper level, start to break habits, or start to break free from certain patterns, right? Now, it's not that crazy that Saturn is in retrograde right now. The outer planets tend to go into retrograde twice a year, like half of the year or something like that, right? So this is not all that unusual, but it is still a good time. And Saturn is doing this in Capricorn, which is its home sign. And what I was getting from this energy as I was feeling through it, intuitively, I was getting an understanding of Capricorn being that entrenched, that hive mind, or that autopilot energy. Capricorn is a cardinal energy, yes? So being a cardinal energy, Capricorn is a trailblazer, just like Aries and what's the other one? Aries, Libra, Capricorn, and Taurus. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. Aries is fire. Oh, I'm sorry, yeah. Aries, Libra, Cancer, and Capricorn. No. Yes, because Gemini is the mutable sign. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm getting all mixed up. I'm trying to keep it all together. Okay, there's so much going through my head right now. But okay, so with Capricorn being a cardinal sign, yes, Capricorn is a trailblazer. But you have to understand that Capricorn is an earth sign, right? And Capricorn can be seen as the CEO of the zodiac. And especially with the ruling planet of Capricorn being Saturn, Capricorn feels like that goody goody. That kid in school that always is like the teacher's pet, is always trying to, keep everyone in line, is always doing their work, is always like on the straight and narrow, is always following through, always keeping their head down and just kind of almost kowtowing to the authority figure. And that's kind of the role that Capricorn, the energy of Capricorn is playing in my interpretation right here, right now. I'm definitely seeing the energy of Capricorn as the devil, but in the tarot, but it's the devil in terms of what it is you feel attached to, what it is you feel bound to, any sort of addictions or any sort of codependency even. And in this case, the codependency would be on the system, right? And so now, with Saturn being in retrograde, basically going backwards and breaking through all of the establishment energy that has shown up in your life, with that breaking through, you have a chance to break free from this. And so then, go back to that dream I just had, in which we had a young woman who was going nuts in some sort of institutionalized energy and finally broke free and ran. So again, Big Papa Saturn is saying to you, what do you really want to stay in on this path, in this relationship, or in this energy? Right? Okay. So, that's what I have interpretation-wise right now. The last thing that I do want to say is that we do have Mercury in Taurus here. Mercury, I believe, is the ruling planet of Gemini, and we have Mars in Gemini as well. So yes, you may be at a crossroads right now, but with this healing and unconditionally loving and soothing energy that I feel, the illumination that the sun is bringing forward for us, because of, Venus and the sun being in Taurus, and Venus is the ruling planet of Taurus, I feel like, especially with Mercury in Taurus right now, coupled with all of this unconditionally loving energy, you have a moment or an opportunity to really communicate with yourself on an extremely effective level. I would not advise that you take a really staunch or harsh stance with yourself as you're trying to figure out what's going on, as you're trying to move forward, okay? Take advantage of these unconditionally loving energies as much as you possibly can. Yeah, I want to pull a few cards here. Thanks, Stephanie. So I hope that this is resonating with you guys. I hope that this is making sense. I want to pull a few cards here just to get a little more information. I'm using the Moonology deck right now. But please don't hesitate to let me know how this is resonating with you, if this is making sense at all. Also, if any of you would like to get a single question reading, you are more than welcome to do so. The floor is officially open. If you want to get one, check out the description box below. It has all of the information, yeah? So the first card we have out here is Waxing Moon. The energy is gaining momentum. And this is taking me back to that morning coffee session that we had, in which I was saying it's all coming, it's starting to take shape, all right? And I was definitely resonating with that. I was definitely understanding that, because I was feeling that happen with myself. And now here I am, having taken that leap of faith and just moving in that direction and seeing what I can do astrologically or astrology-wise. But first card out is the energy is in fact gaining momentum, okay? Exactly. Yeah. All right. So, the next two cards here is confidence is your key to success, new moon in Leo. We also have your dreams need a practical plan, full moon in Taurus. And that's exactly what I was talking about with this eclipse, so we do have the full moon is actually in Scorpio. Again, this is from the sidereal point of view. But then we have the sun in its opposite sign. I don't know, is the chat frozen? I sure hope not. But then we have the sun in the exact opposite sign of the moon in Taurus. And what I was saying there was, whatever is coming up for you, whatever is needing to change, whatever you're in being influenced or guided towards changing, with the sun being in Taurus, that's saying to you, okay, how do we make this practical? Your dreams need a practical plan, all right? This nurturing energy of Taurus. So the way that I was describing it to myself earlier was, you start the zodiac out with Aries, yes? And then you move, once you complete the lesson of Aries, you move into, yes, Turquoise Majesty, does seem like the energy has been gaining momentum since that first 555 portal. Yes, indeed, my love. But once you move through Aries, Aries brings up all kinds of ideas and inspiration and all that stuff. Great. Now you get into Taurus and you're like, okay, I see you got all these plans and all these ideas, and that's well and good. That's great. Excellent. But now we've got to figure out how to make it happen. We go from taking the seeds that Aries develops, the new that Aries develops, and then when you get into Taurus, you're planting these seeds, and you're providing these seeds with stability, foundation, and nurturance so that they can grow, right? Because Taurus is all about nature and planting and gardening and growing and agriculture and all that kind of stuff, right? So figuratively speaking, when we move from Aries into Taurus, you're now taking all of these ideas and inspiration, and you're planting them to the ground. You're giving them practical application, giving them foundation to grow and to flourish. Okay? So your dreams need a practical plan. I want to talk about that specifically. Let's get into the tarot here. Oh, but then also at the bottom of the deck, you do have full moon in Libra, a win-win forecast. I'm sorry, a win-win outcome is forecast. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. All right. I'm going to give this 5 shuffles here. But I want to talk about the full moon in Taurus, this energy here. Your dreams need a practical plan. Yes? This is 3. This is 4. And this is 5. Oops. Alrighty, y'all. So, the energies of your dreams needing a practical plan. What do you want to say to us about this, please, Spirit? Well, shit. Stay right there. That's enough, Eric. Okay. Wow. You guys, I love this. I love this energy. First of all, the very first card that flipped out here. Oh! Queen Herbie? I've never heard of Queen Herbie. Who's that? I mean, I listen to Queen Cup. Anyway, getting back into this. The very first card that came out in terms of tarot for talking about this practical plan is the King of Wands. And if you look at this, we also had this energy here of confidence is your key to success. So first and foremost, do not doubt yourself. Do not in any way, shape, or form allow yourself to doubt anything of what's going on for you right now, okay? Even if you're being faced with some of the toughest shit to date, all right? Don't worry about it because it's not a punishment. You're not a bad person. You're not being reprimanded or anything. You're just being provided with an opportunity to really clear some obstacles for you, okay? And now my hand hit the Moonology deck, and now the next card under the top card here, a win-win outcome is forecast. The next card under that is be bold and make the first move. Cardinal Moon. Now, The King of Wands represents Leo energy, and Leo is a fixed energy, but that's not what we're talking about here, all right? Being confident enough to make the moves that you need to make moving forward through this cycle into the next phase of your life is absolutely key here. Okay, Shamar, I'll check her out. Thank you. Queen Herbie. Let me write that down. Sorry, guys. I'm going to write that down. Okay, so moving forward. Now, the other two cards that have come out here, we have the Magician and we have the Hermit. And at the bottom of the deck, we have the Nine of Pentacles. Underneath the Nine of Pentacles is the Page of Wands. Re-identifying yourself. Okay? But what I was feeling with the Nine of Pentacles here is you have all of the sturdy and stable foundation that you need. You can stand on your own here. This is definitely an energy of breaking free from the status quo with Saturn going in retrograde through Capricorn. This is definitely about breaking free from the establishment, breaking free from anything that no longer resonates with you, breaking free from anything that you no longer want to be a part of, being able to stand on your own and not swimming in that cesspool of muck that I saw in the dream with all those people swimming in it too. And they just laughed as I pointed it out to them and ran away. But whatever. Sorry, excuse me, guys. My allergies are being worked up now because this Moonology deck is fairly mildewy from my move here. But that's okay. We're going to continue. Having the confidence to manifest that which is rightfully you, that rightfully yours, that which is what is being uncovered for you in this time period of self-reflection. The Hermit. This is definitely saying, yes, your dreams need a practical plan, okay? But the practical the application of those plans are going to come from you doing the work to uncover the secrets, doing the self-mastery, and confidently stepping into your manifestation ability and stepping into a sense of confidence so that you can just move forward, believing in yourself, believing that you have what it takes to do this. Yeah? Let's go a little bit further. Let's talk a little bit more about that, please. What else do you want to say about this, please, Spirit? Good. Good. Excellent. You have the High Priestess now. First of all, I want you guys to understand. This is the King of Wands, that's minor arcana, but these three here, the Magician, the Hermit, and the High Priestess, this is all major arcana. Well, the only reason my allergies are being kicked up right now is because I was shuffling up this deck. I mean, that's all, but there you go. Anyway, and when the High Priestess came out here, she asked a question. What is it that you want to do? Okay, because with Saturn being in retrograde through Capricorn, you can see Saturn as the Hierophant energy, but it's in retrograde. So now we have the ability to break free from the establishment, break free from the old habits, okay? This Capricorn energy doesn't have to be a hive mind mentality, breaking from the status quo, breaking from the establishment. The Capricorn energy could be in terms of just like the autopilot feeling that I was getting from it. It could just be you moving forward or continuing to drive forward with certain habits or certain frames of mind or certain patterns that no longer serve you. Where they once have, they don't serve you any longer. And so now you're being provided with the opportunity to break free from that. And so when the High Priestess came out here, what I heard was, what is it that you want to do? What fulfills you? What lights up your soul? And at the bottom of the deck is the Nine of Cups to the Ten of Cups to the Ace of Pentacles, y'all. What is it that you want to do? Because now that we're going through this phase or this period or this energy of breaking free from the status quo or breaking free from the establishment, whether that be external and institution or whether that be internal in habits and frames of mind and just being on autopilot. Either way, it could be on autopilot, okay? That's the Hierophant energy. That's what certain institutions, that's where they want you to be. Because if you're just on autopilot, if you're just following through, keeping up with the Joneses, then they've got you in control, don't they? They don't have to worry about it. They don't have to worry about you going rogue, right? But now that we're breaking out of that and we're coming into the freedom and the higher perspective of the High Priestess, now you get to decide what it is you want to do. Now you get to decide what you want to align with, who it is you want to be, how it is you want to express yourself. This is all about greater authentic expression here, okay? Let me get back into the chart. That's right, I forgot to say this in the beginning. Because the full moon may be in Scorpio, yes, but Scorpio is in the 5th house right now, or at least at the time of the eclipse. That may have changed as the day has gone on, but for all intents and purposes, the full moon, yes, is in Scorpio, but it's also in the 5th house. And what is the 5th house? The 5th house is ruled by Leo and is the house of fun and expression, self-expression, okay? So with the full moon energies, the moon being in Scorpio in the 5th house, the 5th house of self-expression, the sign of Scorpio, which is uncovering the depths. We have Uranus in Aries, okay? We have Mars in Gemini, which is Uranus is influencing you to expand on the topic of yourself. Expand on being more of who you truly are in a more authentic way. Being that rogue, being that black sheep, being that weirdo, but being who you truly authentically are. No longer falling in line with the Joneses, being the person that you feel that you are deep within that goes against the grain of what everyone says. We have Mars in Gemini, in which we are standing at a crossroads. What action are we going to take? Are we going to take the left fork or are we going to take the right fork? It's in the 2nd house now. Okay, well, that's true. Because the full moon happened at 8:16 a.m. New York City time. And so, yes, as of now, as of this current moment, it's in a different house. But at the moment, at the time of the actual full moon, I'm not talking the eclipse, because the eclipse happened at, I think, at least where I am in Puerto Rico, the eclipse happened at, I think, 7:20 in the morning or something like that. But then the moon was actually full around 8:15. Okay? But yes, the 2nd house is, in fact, the house of Taurus. There you go. So now we're taking what's being uncovered and putting it into actual practical plan. Or, I mean, true, you could go down the middle. However, with it being in Gemini, I was literally seeing 2 paths. And I'm not necessarily sure going down the middle is the right thing. I don't know. I mean, that's you. You do your thing. You live your life. Whatever feels the best for you is what's best for you. I know for me, it's either one or the other. And with what I experienced over the weekend, I realized that I could no longer continue going down the path I had been going down because it was only going to end in ruin. It was going to take me too far off of my path and my goal here. So I needed to shape up a little, right? I had to get it together. Okay, closing oracle message. Closing oracle message from the Lightworker Oracle, and then we're going to get into some personal readings. If anybody is interested in it. Yes? The floor is officially open. But I want to get a closing message for us here in terms of this situation. 5 shuffles. This is 1. This is 2. This is 3. This is 4. And this is 5. Okay, kids. Closing oracle guidance, please, spirit. Ooh, there it is right there. Beautiful. Beautiful. Card number 36. reassurance of the golden light. The golden light comes to you as a gift of grace and reassurance. It is an embrace from the universe, an expression of divine comfort and a sign of hope. When the golden light appears, it is a sign that everything in your life, even the most troubling matters, is going to work out perfectly. They are held in the graceful hand of the divine and will be resolved more swiftly and beautifully than you might expect. Oh my God, that is so perfect. Yeah, I'm gonna leave it there. Excellent. You got that one too, Turquoise? Oh my God, yes! I love that. 5555 on the counter. Hi, Yolanda. A win-win situation. A win-win outcome is forecast, y'all. 5 sure full. So there you go, guys. That's what I have in terms of this full moon energy. You are so welcome. Please, you guys, for those of you that are watching after the fact, after the live stream, please go ahead and let me know in the comments how you felt about this. I definitely want to do more of this now. Now that I have this software, I can really start deep diving into the elements of, you know, astrology and all that I've been really wanting to. And it's so crazy because let's talk about this for a second, and then we'll move on to the second half of our session here. But I've been very interested in astrology ever since I was a very young child, but it never quite made sense to me. Do more of this. Excellent. I will. It never quite made sense to me, and it wasn't until I found sidereal astrology that it actually started to make sense. And part of my apprehension. Oh geez, you guys. Oh geez. All right, I'm gonna take that. But I'll talk through this for a second. Part of my apprehension was I didn't know. Oh my God, Varush, thank you so very much for that super chat. I really appreciate it. Oh, thank you, Ivy. It's my hump day shirt. Yay! Okay, so I was very apprehensive because I've been trying to study astrology before I got, you know, the actual program, the software, and I was trying to do my thing with it, but it still just wasn't making sense. And it wasn't until I sat down, I bit the bullet, and I purchased the software, and I sat down and I started looking at things that it all started to click. It all just started to make sense. And so now I want to do more of this. I really, really want to do more of this. I'm so excited to do more of this. But I want to talk about what just came out of the Lightworker Oracle. We have spiritual, and I'm not going to read in the book. I'm just going to go on this intuitively for you, okay? But first card we have is Spiritual Decree. Spirit is decreeing that the earth shall be healed. Earth healing. And the earth shall be healed by influencing us to unplug from mass consciousness. And in order to unplug from this mass consciousness, you are being provided with the first ray of power. There you go. There's that dream that I had. There's that Saturn in retrograde moving through Capricorn. Can't make this shit up, y'all. A boopity boop boop boop. That's right, Turquoise. New era. And then also you have at the bottom of the deck, Ascension, the Rainbow Bridge. I mean, damn. Damn, y'all. All right. This is awesome. This is so awesome. It's scary, you guys. It's scary because there is so much uncertainty wrapped up in all of this. But quite frankly, it's much needed and very, very necessary. And all we really have to do is hold on for the ride, okay? All we have to do is hold on for the ride, because this is, like the cards just said, this is a spiritual decree. All right, and those that are in opposition to it can only fight for so long before I want to say before the light wins out, but I actually don't want to say that. What I do want to say is before balance is stricken, because that's the point here. It's not about eradicating the darkness on behalf of the light, nor is it about eradicating the light on behalf of the darkness. It's about integration. It is about coming together. It is about finding the common ground between the polarities of light and dark, good and bad, and all that stuff. You can't have one without the other. Yes? So, what I was also saying in Morning Coffee today was, with this full moon being in Scorpio, this is all about working with your shadow side. So if you're really coming up against some strong shadow elements of your life, now is really the best time to really take the bull by the horns and take advantage of this situation. Yes? Okay, guys. So, with that said, I'm going to take a little bit of a break. I think I'm going to go pour myself a glass of wine. And we're going to get into the second half of our session here, in which I'm going to continue doing some collective messages. But if anybody would like to get in on the list for happy hour, you're more than welcome to do so. If you have a question that you'd like to ask for a discounted price, go ahead and send that payment, $25, to paypal.me/divine conversations. And I will do that for you, yes? But give me 2 seconds. Okay, excellent. Okay, I'm going to go grab myself a glass of wine. I will be right back. I'm not done working yet, Gypsy. But after you can see this one, ta-da! All right, y'all. Cheers. Happy hour is on and poppin'. Turquoise, I just got your picture, but I can't view it right now, because if I do that, then I'll destroy the live stream. But anyway, let's keep talking. I want to keep pulling some messages here. I want to work with the tarot first. I want to get something from that, and then we can move to another deck. Yeah? But you guys, tell me how you're feeling. How is everybody? Just bring the bottle. I mean, I might just go get it. But also, that's a pretty big glass. I'm not trying to, like, chug it. Yikes. Oh, you're sending me a picture of the deck you bought. Okay, cool. Whatever. At this point, I'm really not so worried about people judging me here. Like, I'm sitting here smoking a cigarette that I rolled myself. I've got a glass of wine. And this is authentic expression for me. And I'm not here to tell you what you should or shouldn't do. We all have our vices, right? But I do know that I have an ability to interpret messages, interpret energies, and bring this to you guys for your benefit, for your highest good. But I can't really continue to do that as effectively as I possibly can if I'm not able to be my full self. And if that causes people to run for the hills, so be it. I mean, I wish you well. I hope you find what you're looking for. I hope you find that person that can really put it into perspective for you. Oh, thank you guys. You're so sweet. Y'all are so sweet. But I'm really excited. I'm really, really excited to continue working with astrology, sidereal astrology. Well, that's right, Bruce. Sidereal astrology. I also want to bring monthlies back in some way, and I want to integrate more of that into Fonto leaf. I've been using the raw organic hemp paper, which has been pretty nice, not gonna lie. All right, so let's pull some more messages for the collective, yeah? 3 shuffles. 1. Hello! I know that's right, Stephanie. This is 2. I mean, fucking Leo King smokes. Come on. This is 3. Oh, excellent, Claudia. I love it. All right. So what messages do we have for the collective? Unconditional love. First and foremost. Green, the heart chakra. Okay? Ah, what's up, Adisha? Collective messages, please, Spirit. What do we want to say to the collective right now? Knight of Pentacles. This is more Saturnian energy, okay? The Knight of Pentacles represents the mutable signs. The Knights and the Pages, in my opinion, as a reader, represent the mutable signs. So the Knight of Pentacles would be Virgo, okay? But this is also, the process that we're going through right now is taking time. Okay? It's going to take time, and it's going to take consistent effort. This is not to say that you have to be working your ass off. Blood, sweat, and tears. I mean, unless you want to see it that way, I don't know. That's a little too drastic. Thank you. That's a little too drastic. All we're asking for you right now is a consistent effort. Day by day, moment by moment, instance by instance, however this manifests for you, just take the time and do it correctly. Do it right the first time around. And I understand that's a little bit of pressure there, but the Knight of Pentacles is an energy in which he's not trying to move forward from the task at hand until it's done correctly and it's done well. Because he's not trying to double back and have to do it over again, you know, once he gets further on down the road. You really don't want to have to do that, all right? So really take the time and the effort right now to go through this process. And to be honest, if you just allow yourself to flow with it, what I'm hearing is it's going to be the easiest thing for you. That's going to make it much easier for you. What we're flowing through right now, what you're needing to work on consistently, 8 of Pentacles is at the bottom of the deck, is coming out of this 5 of Swords. And what I heard was fight or flight energy, because this is what's coming to an end. You have that with the world, okay? This is a big cycle. This is not something that's going to happen overnight. Take it easy on yourself, all right? Take it easy. You don't have to rush. You don't have to panic. You definitely don't have to stress yourself out. Because while you're in this Knight of Pentacles energy, moving through the closings of this chapter and whatnot, whatever, the universe is going to be helping you. Quite frankly, what I just heard was the universe is going to be facilitating this for you. All right? All of the work in terms of getting the situations together has been lined up. That work has been done for you already, and it's already lined up. All you got to do is just walk the path, okay? And take the steps that are guided, or take the steps that are necessary to do the job at hand, or to do the task at hand, all right? Greater balance and harmony are in play, or coming into the situation. This is what we are working towards. Also, the ending of toxic or terrible or just destructive situations. And this is happening both in your life personally, but also on a grander scale, in the world, the planet, globally, okay? The experience is real, and this is what we've come down here for. Cheers. Let's move to, 11111 on the counter. Let's move to some Oracle cards. And this has been one of my favorite decks lately, so I'm going to use it. Oracle, what the angels have to say for us in terms of this energy. Calling in all the angels. As Carolyn would say, angels, get the flock in here. Yes! All right. 5 shuffles. Archangel Michael, Archangel Gabriel, Uriel, Ariel, Raphael, Metatron, Sandalphon, and all those in between that are not coming to my mind right away. No sirvo? 5 shuffles. 1. Claudia, you are too much. This is 2. You guys, my Spanish is getting a lot better. I'm starting to be able to understand certain things. I'm starting to be able to have conversations. Like I had a conversation with my landlord for a while we were working in the backyard yesterday. It was awesome. This is 3. My Spanish is getting better and I'm very proud of it. I'm very, very proud of it. 4. Excellent. The angels are here. The angels are here, you guys. I heard the jingling and they said, yes, we're here. All right. And I feel so excited and lighthearted right now. Like I feel it welling up in my throat. This is 5. They are very excited to communicate with us, to speak with us, because they're saying, you guys, we are in direct alignment with these messages and the energy that's coming through right now, yeah? Even if you don't necessarily feel it on the surface, even if you can't really recognize it consciously, subconsciously, we are in direct alignment with this. And that's also why we're going through, if you're having some pretty extreme circumstances happen in your life right now, it's not because you're out of alignment, it's because you are coming into alignment. And it's very much a tower moment type energy. There are things that need to be shifted, there are things that need to be changed, there are things that need to be seen and need to be viewed, need to be seen for what they truly are so that changes can be made. Yes? Excellent. So, angels, what would you like to say? Messages from the angels. Card number 21, opportunity. There is a great opportunity at hand to create massive change in your life. To really go into the process of doing what is right for you, living it and owning it and being naturally who you are authentically are. Yeah? Last ones. Can't make this shit up, you guys. Hey, Maruka. At the bottom of the deck here, you have light. Okay? This is the overall energy. This is the opportunity that we have. We have the opportunity to learn and to ascend. So, any sort of lessons, really tough life lessons you're going through right now, it's an opportunity for you to learn from it. Again, this is not meant to reprimand. I understand Saturn is very strong in these energies right now, but what we need to get past is the authoritarianism, and we need to start to see the unconditional love that is hidden underneath the stern and strong and almost and disciplinarian type energies of Saturn. Okay? So no, this is not to reprimand you. Sure, it may be a course correction. Sure, it may be a wake-up call. But we're only sending you this wake-up call because we love you and we want you to succeed and we want you to be the true, authentic person that you were born to be. We want you to walk the path that you incarnated to walk. Not keep yourself hidden or keep your head down in the masses in this hive mind mentality. You were not created to blend in. None of us were. We were created to be direct expressions of Source itself, himself, herself, themselves. We are all pieces of the infinitely faceted Source energy that all existence stems from. You were not born to blend in. Okay? So take this opportunity to learn from any of the experiences that you are having right now so that you can further facilitate your process of ascension. Can I just say something? As if I haven't been saying anything for the past hour and 16 minutes, but like straight up, like real talk, as I've been holding this session, I have been seeing 555 consistently over and over and over again. Quite frankly, I've been seeing 555 in my waking life all over the place. But just in this session alone, I think I've seen it about 5 times already. Just saying. Excellent. What's next, kids? Angel answers. Yes, let's do that. Five shuffles. 1. You know what? We're going to do some angel answers here, and then we're actually going to clarify that more with some tarot. So let's do that. This is 2. Excellent. This is 3. What answers do you want to provide to us, angels? Please and thank you. This is 4. Your heart chakra awareness is key here. Gosh, where did I see this? Shoot. Is this 4 or this 5? We're going to say this is 5. But there was something that I was watching a few nights ago, and I cannot for the life of me remember what it was or where I was watching it, what I was watching. But the point is, instead of looking at the world, well, okay, let me say it this way. There's an image in my head right now from whatever this was that I was watching, and for the life of me, I can't remember where it was, but I remember the image and I remember the meaning. The image was of a person, right, that had a smiley face in their heart chakra, okay, but growing out of their neck, or what would be their head, is just flowers. And the message there was, instead of looking at the world from your head, look at the world from your heart. God, I wish I remember what this specifically was because it was so profound. But that's what I'm seeing. That's what I'm understanding. That's basically the message. I don't need any more detail. It's just the fact of, instead of looking at the world from your head, hi Lisa, instead of looking at the world from the perspective of your mind or your head, look at the world from the perspective of your heart. And that is why the angels are here saying to us that our heart chakra awareness is key here. Because that is going to lead you to what is truly authentic for yourself. Not sitting here conceptualizing it and thinking about it and trying to fit yourself into a box of the construct that you have already seen in the world, that people have already deemed acceptable. Fuck that. Fuck acceptance by the masses. Who accepts you? Or who's the most important individual that needs to accept you? Your own self. Which also translates into God, Source, Creator. Okay, so your heart chakra awareness is so keenly important now and moving forward throughout your existence. Okay, I'm gonna give this one more shuffle, and then let's see what answers the angels have for us. So what answers do you have for us, please, angels? Yes, we did, Deep Soul. We definitely did have 3 5 portals this month. The first one was May 5th. The second was May 14th. The third and final was May 23rd. Cheers. Oh boy. Oh boy. What answers do we have here? Now, I was doing this in an effort to get answers from the angels, and if we needed further clarification, I would pull from the tarot. But this is really quite straightforward. Okay? We have you are ready. You also have meditation brings answers. So in terms of that, I would say meditate and focus on your heart chakra awareness. Okay? Focus on, you could definitely work on that for just general awareness, but when in terms of looking at or looking for your own personal answers, you want to dive into your heart, not your mind, not the cosmos. You want to dive into your heart. And at the bottom of the deck, you do have forgiveness. And actually, I want to talk about this forgiveness energy. So we're going to get a little bit of tarot on forgiveness, but already what I'm channeling, Claudia, that's a great idea. But I, unfortunately, personally, I can't promise that because I'm so focused on, yeah, the cards just confirmed. I already have too much on my plate right now with trying to work astrology into my practice, but maybe later on down the road, because I remember even when I was still doing twin flame readings when I was back in Brooklyn, we had a few sessions on the weekly twin flame mirror reading, the live session in which I was doing meditations, and that was fucking awesome. Do you guys remember that? Were any of you around for that? Claudia, you probably were. Anyway, so yeah, that's a great idea. I just can't promise that right now. I got too much on my plate. But let's talk about forgiveness. And this forgiveness is multifaceted, okay? So this forgiveness, first of all, I just heard this forgiveness is more about yourself than other people. Now, you're most likely, what I'm feeling here is you're going to need to forgive yourself the most. Because as you're going through this, these meditations or this process of coming to a sense of heart chakra awareness, there are things that are going to come up that you've probably never forgiven yourself for, or you never even had the strength or the courage to look at it again. Maybe you just got blocked from your memory and now all of a sudden it's coming up. But forgiveness is key. This forgiveness is not about anyone else. It's for you. And it's specifically so that you can continue on this ascension process by learning from the mistakes and choosing to change your approach. Yes? Okay. So what deeper clarity, I'm going to give this 3 shuffles. What deeper clarity can you give us, please, Spirit and angels, about this forgiveness energy? Okay. Aderica, all right. This is 2. And that's the kicker, isn't it? And closure doesn't necessarily come from, this is 3. Closure doesn't necessarily come from getting some sort of apology or having a conversation from somebody else or with somebody else. Closure comes from within. Closure comes from your sense of acceptance of what it is that has happened or gone on in the situation and how you can let it go and forgive and heal, and also what you learned from it. Yes? Because quite frankly, you guys, it's all about what we learn here. It really, look, this is probably going to be a really unpopular opinion, but it doesn't, the universe doesn't give a flying fuck what you actually do in your life. That's not important. What's more important is what you learned from it and how you've grown and expanded from it. And if you want to take it to the extreme of being a mass murderer or some shit like that, okay, fine, take it there. But it still boils down to the same thing. What did you learn? How have you grown? How have you expanded? Okay. So, Let's talk about forgiveness. Let's go a little bit deeper here. The Six of Pentacles, the King of Wands, and the Nine of Pentacles. The Knight of Cups. Ooh. Ooh. And Death. Okay. But you see, Death has come out in reverse and it did fall face down. So this is the point, you guys. This is the point. Death. If this message in terms of forgiveness is resonating with you, then you have some forgiving that you need to do, but that's because there is a transformational process that has been hindered by a lack of ability to forgive, or maybe even a lack of willingness to forgive. And I said it before, I'll say it again. This for 555 again on the counter. This forgiveness is for no one else but your own self. Someone may have really done you dirty. You don't have to forgive them, turn around and say, you know what? I forgive you. I love you. I respect you. I accept you. I mean, like, that would help, but that's not necessarily what needs to happen. For you to forgive, all you need to do is just to accept. And say, you know, you could say something like, look, what you did was real fucked up, and I don't think I can really speak to you anymore, but you know what? I'm going to work on forgiving this situation, because the more I harbor or hold on to the pain or the resentment, the more I hold myself back, okay? And the more I hinder this transformational process. Because no matter what has happened here, you guys, someone may, let's continue to say, someone has done you dirty. The more you harbor that anger, the less you are able to learn the lesson that was meant for you. Hi, Sonia. The message that was meant for you to learn throughout that experience. Forgiveness does not look like you turning around and accepting that person back into your life. Oh, no, 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 no. But it also doesn't look like, or is not surrounding you, is not going to happen if you're going to harbor resentment. I get it. I've been through some pretty shitty things in my life. And there are certain people where it's like, you know what? If I don't ever have to talk to you again, or if I don't ever have to associate with you again, I'll probably be pretty happy, or at least I'll have a sense of peace, right? But if it comes around to that day where now we're crossing paths with each other, okay, I accept it, right? Exactly. Accept, I will say, what did I learn from this situation? Now, we have more cards here. We have the Six of Pentacles. We have the King of Wands and the Nine of Pentacles. Both, again, they came out earlier, and now we have the Knight of Cups. Ah, what's up, Starseed? It's good to see you. But the Knight of Cups is kind of like the message here. Yes, continue to move on confidently. Continue to stand on your own. Continue to revel in the blessings that come from you doing the hard work and following through, yes? Continue to seek balance and reciprocity, the balance between give and take, yes? But also, do this with an open heart. The Knight of Cups. Neil? Is that making sense? I hope this is making sense, guys. How do we feel? Cheers to you all. Vroom, vroom. Vroom, vroom. Excellent. All right, so it feels like I'm starting to reach the end of my rope here in terms of collective messages. Yeah, I'm spent. I'm hearing myself say that. I'm spent. It is. Oh my God. Chamois? Am I saying your name correctly? But yes, you are so right. Resentment is a trap from the devil. The devil wants you to stay in resentment or negative, dark, toxic, vampiric type energies want you to stay in an element or a level of resentment because that is a low vibrational and toxic energy and they feed off of that. And the more that you give in to that resentment, the more that you take your stance from a place of resentment, the more you push yourself down into that low vibrational state and they just keep feeding and feeding and feeding. And then you get yourself caught up in a toxic karmic cycle that keeps you in more and more and more toxic low vibrational energies. And that's exactly what they want. Because then if you were to leave that place, they wouldn't be able to feed off of you any longer, would they? I'm just saying, y'all. I am just saying. I mean, shit. Ain't nobody got time for that. Shit, I know I don't. I know that's right. Cheers, y'all. Louis Prada Gucci, pop them tags. So, okay, so check it out. I've been watching, shit. I don't remember his name, but I've been watching this person on YouTube who does these skits. And the one he's been doing lately has been like when you're in school and everything, and there's this character called Tequila. Oh my God, you guys, I wish I could remember the name of this guy's channel because he is fucking hilarious. But now he's got me singing that song, Louis Prada Gucci, pop them tits, which apparently I didn't know was a real song until I was reading through the comments last night. And that came from some woman that was on Love and Hip Hop in Atlanta. Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. Do you guys? Whatever. Anyway, it's so fucking funny. It's so fucking funny. So yeah. Does anybody have any questions? Did you guys, are you wondering anything? Is there a question that I can answer for you in this moment? I mean, I'm kind of spent on the cholesterol. Yeah, we're good. We're good here, but yeah. Yeah. Anyway, I love you guys. Thank you all so much for being here. Well, okay, so the interpretation that I gave in this session here in terms of this full moon energy comes from the true sidereal point of view, which is where the constellations actually are in the sky. So in tropical astrology, I think the full moon is in Libra, but in sidereal, it's in Scorpio. And to be honest with you guys, I mean, you can resonate with one or the other. It really doesn't matter. It's really just a matter of what you resonate and where you get the most value from, okay? But for me, and what I'm going through in my life right now, and what a lot of you that connect with me and resonate with me are going through, it's so indicative of a full moon being in Scorpio, coupled with Saturn being in retrograde, moving retrograde through Capricorn right now, okay? So what I encourage you guys to do is listen to my description, and if you're just coming into the live session, you'll be able to watch it later. Don't worry, I'm going to leave it up here. But go back and watch my description, watch my interpretation. It's my personal interpretation coming from my intuition and what I understand about astrology and the planets so far, and the signs. But then take that and go to someone else that you resonate with, or that you listen to, or someone else that does does it from a tropical astrology point of view, and then look at it from someone that does a Vedic astrology point of view, and cross-reference and see what resonates with you. And I'm sure you'll be able to get some really good nuggets of wisdom all around. Yeah. This is not, and this is something that I've started to realize, and this is what I understood, what I came to an understanding of that helped push me into taking up this role that I've been wanting and feeling guided to take for the longest time. This is not a competition, y'all, all right? So we have all of these astrologers and all of these tarot and oracle card readers out there, but it's not a competition. Ooh. Okay, what's up with the divine masculines during this retrograde? Oh, that is a question that Spirit wants to answer. Let's get into it. But what I was saying was, this is not a competition, okay? So we all have different points of view. We all have different perspectives. We all have different modes of analyzing and seeing things, all right? So whatever resonates with you, take it and run with it. Okay, it's not a competition at all. All right. 2 more shuffles here, and then I want to get into the tarot, and we're going to look at, the divine masculine. Now, as many of you know, I started as a twin flame reader. I've since kind of gravitated away from that because through the twin flame journey, I have come to an understanding that my role as a guide is all about bringing balance into your life, okay? And that's about balancing the masculine and the feminine within. Exactly. Whoever resonates with you, go with that. But now the question is being asked, what is the divine masculine, or what are the divine masculine energies experiencing in this retrograde? Now we have Pluto in retrograde, and we have Capricorn in retrograde. I'm sorry, Saturn in retrograde. Okay. Well, here we go. First card out is the 8 of Pentacles. And what I'm getting from this is the Divine Masculine Collective, we'll say it that way. The Divine Masculine Collective is reanalyzing their work ethic. Yep. Okay. We have the 8 of Pentacles now to the Page of Pentacles. They are reanalyzing their work ethic, and I feel like they're coming to a point of view, or this could even be the Divine Masculine within you. This doesn't have to be an external individual. But the Divine Masculine Collective is coming into a new sense of, I want to say, adulthood. And they're reanalyzing their thought process, kind of, but more so they're reanalyzing their, you could say creative process, but what it is how it is they're going about their work. And it comes to what it is they want to work with. Wow. And this is all being divinely guided by the divine feminine energies. And for those of you that are over on Patreon with me, if you're on Patreon and you're in either the Inner Balance package or the Full Monty, then you saw the last Inner Balance message that I put out this weekend, in which we were talking about, the message was, the divine feminine has risen to a point where now she is providing her nurturing energy and her influence to help the divine masculine reshape himself or reshape his life. 8 of Pentacles, Page of Pentacles, coming into a sense of a new reality. So what I'm getting with this specifically is re-identifying your work ethic, re-identifying how it is you create in the world, or specifically what it is you are working towards. With the Queen of Wands. So there is a level of feminine energy that is coming through, showing up, I should say, for the divine masculine, that is influencing him or her, because this is a energetic reading. This is not gender, so it could be a masculine in a male body, it could be a masculine in a feminine body, okay, a female body, okay. But the divine feminine energies are coming through and helping the divine masculine realign with what it is he truly wants to work for, who it is he truly wants to work for, or what it is he wants to work towards, or maybe even who he wants to work towards, okay? Where he has been blinded in the past Two of Swords. Now, the divine feminine energies, and remember, if you've been following me for long enough, you know in the beginning when I was a twin flame reader, I saw the King and the Queen of Wands as a physical representation of the divine masculine and the divine feminine, right? Well, in this physical circumstance, the divine feminine is coming through and helping the divine masculine reshape and realign his life. Anything else for the divine masculine collective? Oh, shit. Woo! Y'all, you cannot make this shit up, honey. At the bottom of the deck, you have the Six of Swords with what? The King of Wands. Oh, would you look at that? Would you look at that? There he is, and there she is. So, for the divine masculine collective, also coupled with the Hanged Man, you guys, like, holy fuck. So the divine masculine collective has recently come into a change in perspective that is helping him or her greater align with and honor the feminine energy within. And so now these two energies are coming together. Okay, the divine feminine went through this already. Now it's the divine masculine's turn. The divine feminine had to accept, heal, and reshape her inner masculine energy. Well, now it's the masculine's turn, and he is doing that with the help of the divine feminine and this change of perspective. And what I'm feeling specifically is this change of perspective is geared towards or is influenced by his newfound respect for the feminine. Let me say that again. This change, this moving on from rough waters to calmer waters, this moving on of feeling impoverished or out in the cold, rejected, the healing that is happening from a sense of sorrow and despair and confusion is all influenced by the change in perspective of that which is feminine. And thus, it is helping him or her to open their heart, Knight of Cups, and take a leap of faith and damn well even feel activated. Cheers. I'm so glad that that question was asked, because I am very, very more than thrilled and more than happy to bring that message forward to the collective. This is fantastic, y'all. This is absolutely fantastical. Okay, I'm gonna stop there. That's a really good way to end this session. Really good way to end this session. I love you guys. I love you all so damn much. And I can't wait to do more of this astrology stuff with you guys. I really just, I can't wait. Excellent, Ivy. Oh, perfect. I am so grateful. I'm so fucking grateful. You damn right better than that fucking cesspool. Ugh. I love you too, Lisa. Oh! Yikes. All right. Gosh, I almost don't want to go yet. Yes, please like, we've got 44 likes in the session, and I'm so grateful for that. We've got 34 people here watching. Thank you all so much for tuning in. But if this really resonated for you, if it really it really helped you feel something, please share. Let's get this message out there, because people need to hear it. I don't have to go. I can sit here for a few minutes and chief on this cigarette for a hot second. I love you guys so much. It is kind of early. Normally, I do this from 6 to 8. but I started early. I started at 5. And so we're almost 2 hours in. I've been 1:44, an hour and 44 minutes. But the collective messages have stopped flowing for now. So unless anyone would like to get a personal message, a personal reading, I mean, I'm spent. The kitties are doing well. I am doing happy hour questions, Asia. If you would like to get one. Oh, you did? Oh, shoot. Louis Prada Gucci, pop them tags. Louis Prada Gucci, that's my swag. Let me check. Hold on, let me check. You sent it over. Okay. Because I haven't gotten anything yet, but my system could just be slow. Can you open, please? Ha, what? What the fuck? Why can't I get into my laptop? There we go. Okay. Oh, and actually, while I'm here, I can tell you the name of that channel that I've been watching. Where is he? There he is. Nope, that's not it. Jay Nidaj. Jay Nidaj. Jaynedaj. Jay Nidaj. You missed the twin flame readings, huh? All right. I'll take that into consideration, Lisa. I will. Because honestly, here's the thing, you guys, and Queen Cup said it perfectly yesterday. It's not about whether I resonate with it or not, or whether I want to do it or not. I mean, obviously, I have to keep myself in check, and I have to make sure I'm doing what's right for me. But if it really serves the people, then shit, like, that's what the fuck I'm here for. So how can I sit here and be selfish and be like, nah, I'm not doing that shit? Maybe once a month. Okay, it's a really good idea. It's a really good idea. All right, let's get into this. My computer's freaking out. That's oh my god, you guys. I really do not want to get locked out of my account. Hold on. You gotta give me a few minutes, you guys, so I can get back into my... Oops. Oh my god, hold on. Oh my god. There we go. Okay. Boop, 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 boop. What the fuck? I can't access my PayPal account right now. And Asia, I haven't gotten anything. I haven't gotten a notification from PayPal. So something might be wrong right now. So if and when it does come through, then I will still honor it for you. However, I'm having issues getting into my account right now. So I feel like there's something wrong. Do I have any tattoos? No, not yet. But I want to get some. Okay, wait, can I tell you guys something? Oh, Lisa, thank you so much for that super chat. Can I tell you guys something? I mentioned in morning coffee this morning that I wanted to check my progressed chart because I feel like my sun has actually progressed from Aries into Taurus because there are so many Taurus qualities about me that are really shining through. And really kind of always have, but I have to check for the exact moment that it progressed. But yes, in my progressed chart, my sun is well into Taurus at this point. And actually, my moon is in Libra and my rising is Virgo. But that's in terms of my progressed chart in sidereal astrology. I found that really interesting. Yes, 7, I saw that. Okay, I'll follow you there. I'm sorry your account got hacked. And thank you so much, Lisa, for the suggestion. I'm not sure yet, Varush. What is a progressed chart? I'm not sure. I don't have the information to really tell you what that's about. But as far as I basically understand it, it's just how things have shifted in your chart since the moment that you were born. And now I'm starting to wonder if it's better for us to be looking at things from the point of view of your natal chart, which is when you were born, where the planets were in the moment of your birth, or if you should look at things from like your progressed chart, which is not easy to draw up. Because now I'm even feeling like if you look at things from your progressed chart or wherever you are in life, that's going to be more relevant to you at that time in your life. Like my rising in terms of my progressed chart is in fact Virgo. And it's funny because in tropical astrology, I'm a Taurus sun, Virgo moon, and a Leo rising. No, sorry, Taurus sun, Leo moon, Virgo rising. But that's tropical astrology. In sidereal astrology, in terms of my progressed chart, I am a Taurus sun, a Libra moon, and a Virgo rising. And having a Libra moon makes so much sense because I'm so balance oriented. I want everyone to be okay. I want everyone to be happy. I want to make sure everybody gets what they need. Libra is the sign of justice. And that's how my mind works. And that's how I approach my work here as a reader and as a guide. I'm not here to like sugarcoat things or feed your ego. I'm here to tell you what you need to hear so that you can bring that balance into your life for yourself. And now that I see that, it makes so much sense, okay? How do you get the progressed chart? That I don't know. The only reason I'm able to look at mine is because I've purchased this Prometheus software. I mean, I could help you guys with that. I feel I could help you with that because I mean I feel silly charging you for it and then just giving you the chart. So it would probably be better if I was going to offer that service, draw up the chart and then give you an interpretation. But that, yeah. Louis Prada Gucci, hot and sex. Okay, Asia, I got the receipt. Excellent. I see that now. I'm gonna try this one more time. Something biting me? Did I leave one of the cigarettes Lisa, or did I leave a whole bunch of cigarettes? Because I got back to the island and I only had 2 cigarettes left, and I was like, wait a second, how the hell did that happen? I'm so sorry, by the way. Okay. I just changed it again. Okay. It's still not letting me into the account. I just changed my password again for the second time, trying to get into it, and it's still not letting me in. And and Asia, I got your email of the receipt. Oh no, see? Oh, there it is. Why can't, what the fuck is going on? There we go. All right, we're in, kids. Okay, Asia. Okay. Ooh, wait, I got 2. I got 1 from Edward. Is Edward still here? If not, then I'll still honor this. I'll do it for you and I'll send you an email with it. And then I have Asia. So let me know, guys. I mean, Asia, I know you're here. And also, you guys might want to refresh your feed because I think there's a bit of lag going on. Goodness gracious. Okay. Kamwa, I totally get that. I totally get that. Excuse me. Is Ed still here? Is this Mercury in retrograde going to be enough? Going to be rough? I'm not sure. I haven't really looked into that. Mercury goes into retrograde so often that I feel like I'm kind of desensitized to it. But I could look into that for future reference. But guys, definitely try refreshing your feed because I think there's a bunch of lag going on. Okay, so hey, Hussein. Hi, Hussein. Again, I haven't looked into the Mercury retrograde yet, but I will. I will definitely look into that for you guys. All right, Asia. Do me a favor, if you haven't done so already, go ahead and refresh your video so that we're as close in time as possible. And I will do this reading for you. Excelente. Okay. All of them. Lakshmi. Ooh. No, just Lakshmi. Lisa. Not just. I mean, they're all available, but Lakshmi is coming forward the most right now. All right, Asia. 5 shuffles for you. What does Spirit want you to know during this season of your life? 1. 2. What do you want Asia to know right now in this season of her life? This is 3. I'm getting that heart chakra energy again. Sorry, let me try that again. But Asia, in terms of the heart chakra energy, there is a certain level of awareness, a heightened level of awareness that you've come to recently. This is 3. And it's it's helping, it's aiding in this change in perspective for you. This is 4. Or aiding in a change of perspective for you. 4. Ay, ay, ay. 4. And 5. That's right, boo. You better get it. Boop. All right. Overall energy. We've got Judgment. You're rising above. And Asia, this is exactly what I was just feeling and seeing for you with this heart chakra energy. You're rising above. Your perspective on damn near all of the things that you've experienced in your life up until now is in the process of changing. Like, your heart is opening to the point where you can seriously look at the lessons that you've experienced in your life and be forgiving. I love that. Underneath Judgment is the 5 of Pentacles. You are coming out of this energy. I'm sorry, total sidebar. When I just said you are coming out of, I said it in a way that I heard, your call has been forwarded to an automated voice messaging system. Sorry. That was a total sidebar. But anyway, you're coming out of this. Your heart chakra is opening, and you're being provided with a method of seeing things from a higher perspective. Okay. Ooh. Ooh. Excellent. All right. Rooting your situation, at the root of your energy right now, is the 6 of Pentacles. Okay? But because of your heart chakra awareness and because of your heightened awareness, true and balanced reciprocal energy is what you are working on right now because of this higher perspective that you're able to see at the moment. Yes? In your storyline, you have the Lovers with Strength and the 3 of Swords. Now, this is a storyline, right? So we go from the Lovers to the Strength to 3 of Swords. But I do not want to say, I don't feel like you're moving towards greater heartbreak or another cycle of heartbreak. I'm not feeling that. What I'm feeling is you're coming out of the heartbreak. You're seeing the heartbreak from a different perspective. So I do see you moving forward. Yes, you've made a choice. And yes, you're being strong in that choice. And that strength coming from the choice that you have made is allowing you to see heartbreak again from a different perspective. Okay? So what does this mean? Keep going, baby girl, because you're doing it. And you're doing great. You're doing an excellent job. Okay? Does this make sense? Does this help? I hope this is helpful for you. Aha! Boop, 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 boop. There you go. That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. And so this love, this true love, is helping you rise above everything, all of the heartbreak. It's as if you're able to see the glory in all of it now. Excellent. I am so, number one, I'm proud of you. But number two, I am so fucking happy for you because you fucking deserve it, boo. Hi, Selma. How are you? It's good to see you. That's what I've got. Cheers to you, baby girl. Louis Prodigy, Louis Prodigy, pop them tags, pop them tags. You're so welcome. All right, I mean, I do have someone else on the list here, but... Oh, Faya, it's all good. Don't worry about that. Thank you for the support. I really appreciate that. But I'm looking at it from the true sidereal point of view, which is where the constellations actually are in the sky. I'm doing the best that I can, Selma, which translate into I am doing very well. Yep. I'm doing very, very well with it. There's 555 again. Doing the absolute best that I can, and that's getting the job done with flying colors. So I'm proud of myself. Just keep going. 9 of Wands. All right, guys. Is Edward here? I guess not. It's always about the inner work, you guys. It is always about the inner work. All right, kids. I think that's going to be it for me for tonight. Because, yeah, this would be a nice time to pack it in and make some dinner. And I got to make some food for a party we're having tomorrow. So... yeah, I gotta do that. I gotta get that done. And then it would be nice to go to bed at somewhat of a decent time, right? Yeah. But anyway, yeah. So I'm gonna leave it there. I'm gonna pack it in. Thank you guys for tuning in. I love you all so very much. And I hope you have a fantastic night. I'm sending you all my love and support for getting through these energies right now. I love you guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with me here. Uh-oh. Hold on. What? is going on? Okay, Lisa. Lisa is asking to pull a card for the Divine Feminine. Should we do that? Let's do that. I just want to make sure. Oh, hi, Jinxie. What's up, baby girl? You hungry? Okay, well, I'm almost done. I want to make sure Lisa gets in here so she can see it with us, and then I'll pull some cards for the Divine Feminine, and then I'm gonna go. Oh, hi, Jinx. What's up, cute cat? Jinx is hungry, you guys. She's reminding me that it's past her dinner time. Jinxie, you's in the way though. Like, I can't pull cards with you sitting there. Baby girl. Oh, thanks. This is my baby girl right here. I loves her. I loves me some Jinxie. Just a few more minutes. I just want to make sure everything's current. Aw. Well, of course. And see, that's why I didn't even feel drawn to pull anything for the Divine Feminine, because the Divine Feminine has been, at least in terms of my channelings or for the collective I've been channeling for, the Divine Feminine has been set. Has been real good. And what I'm hearing is that she's learned her lessons in this cycle. And she's really putting them into practice. Yes. Oh, look at that. Big old kitty butt. Big old kitty butt. Ooh. We have been. I mean, that's just it. Lisa, are you here? Well, all right. Let's just do it real quick. We've been doing nothing but put in the work. Hi, Cassandra. All right, one last quick message for the Divine Feminine. 3 shuffles here. 1. Okay, good. 2. Cat butt. This is 3. For the Divine Feminine, what messages do we have for the Divine Feminine right now? What messages do we have for the Divine Feminine right now? Divine Feminine energies are set and secure. Ooh, wait. Oh. What is in your tail, Jinx? It's a beetle. Overall energy. The Star. And what I'm hearing for this, for the Divine Feminine, no, the universe, Spirit's not telling you to be patient. What I'm getting for the Divine Feminine here is that she or he, again, just like we were talking about with the masculine, we could be talking about a woman that's feminine or a man that's feminine, like me. I was on the feminine side when I started this. And now I'm more balanced and integrated in that sense. But what I'm hearing for the Divine Feminine is that she is actively pursuing her goals and her dreams. The Star at the bottom of the deck. Okay? The very first card that came out was the King of Swords. All right? So the first thing this makes me think of is the fact that the Divine Feminine, even though she's more naturally oriented towards the feminine side of life or the feminine nature, she has a very strong grasp on her sense of masculinity. And that is helping her put herself that is helping her be in a position to see things as clearly as possible, to look at things for exactly what they are, and to make the necessary cuts. Following the King of Swords was the Knight of Swords, all right? So the Divine Feminine ain't fucking around no more, okay? Because she or he is actively in the pursuit of releasing herself from the Five of Cups, the sorrow of the Five of Cups, and the confinement of the Eight of Swords. She no longer wishes to be in this confinement. And even if that takes her away from the divine masculine or her divine masculine counterpart in the physical sense, it doesn't fucking matter, because she has an understanding of the fact that the divine masculine also resides within her. So she doesn't need that physical representation any longer. Quite frankly, she never did. But she used to want it so badly that it would hinder her in her physical representation of life. Not anymore. She sees that clearly now. She sees through the illusions. And now she's ready to continue to focus on her path, on her glory, on her wish fulfillment. She has started a brand new path. Now, you may be hearing this message and saying, what are you talking about? It's not a brand new path. It's not, at this point, it's not a brand new path. You would be absolutely right, because you've been walking this for months now. I just heard this is set in stone. And what is set in stone? Not necessarily what's going to come of moving forward in the path in this way, but being on the path in this way, that, in fact, is set in stone. So if there are any masculines out there that are watching this, that are hoping that, you know, their divine feminine is going to come around and accept them back into their life as you currently are, and this divine feminine resonates with me as a reader, not going to happen, buddy. Exactly. Empowerment time. It's not going to happen, buddy. Hate to break it to you. It's not going to happen unless you start to do the work that you need to do. And quite frankly, if you're on the masculine side and you're watching this, then you saw the masculine reading. And if you resonated with that, then homie, bro, sis, you good. Because you're doing the work. Because you're allowing your inner sense of femininity to influence you and to guide you along this path. I love me way, that's right, Selma. I love me way too damn much for that shit. Cheers. That's the message I have for the Divine Feminine. I hope that was helpful, guys. All right. I am going to pack it in now. I know I keep saying I'm going to leave and then I never do. Well, I'm doing it. I love you guys so very much. Exactly, Asia. It's the vibe. As we rise, the DMs are doing their work too, and that's leading to more unions. 100%. All right, kids. I'm packing it in. You guys have a great night. I look forward to connecting with you again in the morning for morning coffee. And take it easy on yourselves, yeah? Excellent. Take care. Mwah! Bye.